Alrighty. Shall we continue? Most people settle for bed after 2100, or not long after. Something about the night streets. Alright. Hell yeah. Let's talk with Kim slightly. I notice there's a little bar down here. So just tap this.
Yes?
Alright. You seem to be following.
Excuse me?
If I want to work this case along.
Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state.
You're already French.
You have trouble remembering things. You've misplaced your badge. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties.
Well, that's anything that a bitch.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and Im are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if you didn't know this?
Fuck. I don't need to tell him, Kim here, that I knew it. He knows that I knew it. What if I need some me time? Come on. Oh man, my top is there we go. I'm gonna preempt that. How you doing, Nez, by the way? I'm hoping for some couple other people to show up, but I'll catch them up when they come in. What if I need some me time?
Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself.
The lieutenant considers this for a moment before responding. Alright. Sounds good.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Yeah, just rolled that finger and just sniff, reminiscent of cocaine or something. I don't know. Alright. Never mind. Let's go talk to this scumbag. You.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
To Kim.
Mr. Gard, right?
The lieutenant glances into his
You run this
notebook.
place.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks to you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. I'm gonna say nothing.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene.
So I sound
It also took you a while to
mysterious.
call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works. the
Hello.
morning. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Welcome to the little party.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of costumes, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place.
This guy has an
This is
agenda.
just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yeah, this is completely blind. Niz here gifted it to me before we learned about the drama. If we knew about the drama, we would have pirated it. But Eh, yeah, this is completely blind. Niz is trying his darndest to not spoil me, and is also here to not spoil anyone, make sure no one else spoils. I actually have been keeping an eye on this game for like a year. I just never got around to it, and that's entirely on me. Niz also has a problem, but you know what? He has a passion for winning smiles.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that.
He turns to you.
Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Right. Questions. I got this. Give me that bottle. All right. Police business.
His face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
I just need a. That's because it is an actual bottle. It is a bottle of Diplomatico rum. We had a running joke for the first hour that anytime I have to do official police business, I take a small swig of alcohol to get into character. Anyways,
Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
you a bartender? That's an innocent one, right? What's your problem with me? That's a great question. Are you the bartender? This is for future questions.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias I manage. 3. Get over it.
You're such a big deal. Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business.
How dare you, sir?
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
I'm not a cop. Everything's my business.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
I asked for her number, and I kind of creeped her out. Anyways, here's her number, if I recall correctly, up here. When he was talking to Kim, he just happened to have her number. Wow. Okay, buddy.
thank you.
The lieutenant says. He opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Darn it! I want to keep talking. Mystery solved.
Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct.
This is a very Sherlock Holmes answer. And I mean, if I want, I could really lean into the Sherlock Holmesy kind of thing he's got going on here. I'm gonna kind of give a more neutral. I guess I like to be thorough.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. And I hoisted him up on a tree there.
He points to the kitchen behind him. How do we get there then?
That's easy. See that door there?
He points to the left.
First, you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
More evidence of it being France.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind, 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
Interesting. So this is a whole history, by the way, because Nigeria was controlled pretty firmly by the British. Franco is French. That's just a thing. Also, I would rather you not acknowledge anything about things being spoilers, Niz. I know you're trying to be safe and all, but like acknowledging that something may be a spoiler is in of itself a meta spoiler. So, shh. Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Damn it, he got me.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Did you kill him? No. Before they said they... Before you said they hoisted him up on a tree. What do you mean by they?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
Whom, exactly?
The locals, the customers, the people who eat here. A lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Before you stalked her and made her freak the fuck out and leave.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
Interesting that he uses this when he means dock workers. Fascinating.
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why would the dock workers lynch this man?
I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
What's that? Fascinating. Anyways.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike.
He makes a
The
little
man they
quotation
hanged
marks.
was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
This is still funny. I'm not gonna do it.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Alright. One last question. What's your fucking deal with me?
Why would I have a problem with you? You're a hero, cop.
You're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
Oh my god, I did all of those things?
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
What have I been doing then? You see me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I just got here, remember?
He looks at you, then at the
Was there
lieutenant.
anything else?
That's all.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
I don't owe you shit.
Oh, you don't owe me shit. Well, officer, you're right. You don't owe me shit, you owe me money.
Damn.
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember?
Whoa. When did he say that? Huh. The French add an E at the end. That makes it fancy. Alright. What's this about?
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here or some backpacking arsehole off the boat. The next day, when they can't make their fees, they get aggressive. I just never thought I'd be in this shit with a cop. Please, just give me the money.
But what actually is money? Oh, that is a fascinating question. What do I owe this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages.
That's 100.
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
Kim? What did he say? I wasn't listening. Kim's just staring at me. What is money, really?
What are you, brain damaged?
It might be.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra.
Potent
We
blend?
use it for everything, really.
Proceed, but don't show the coins. They're yours.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
It's my money. It's mine. It's my 40 cents that I found up there. Finders keepers. It looked shiny. What happens now?
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
He shrugs.
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't want to project to this guy that I'm a fucking... Well, he already knows. And he's getting an inkling. Isn't there somewhere else I can stay around here?
You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home.
I don't have a home.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
A pattern of creases appears on his forehead. I think it's those.
Good luck.
Task gained. Paid for damages.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
As I said, I don't think I have one.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know, up on Marvel
Why did
Hill.
you say that?
These are just synapses firing. It doesn't mean anything. Lieutenant Kitsuri, do you know a place called Marvel Hill?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place?
An
A
expression.
saying. Up on Marvel Hill, a great high place. One that is impossible to climb back to.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Hobo Cop. Yeah, there it is. There's the thing I saw. Could I trace my way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number of building?
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Hell yeah. Neurons firing, boys, at 3 cylinders. Alright. Menu has been wiped clean, only the word Monday is written on it. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. They start with a man's handwriting. Water cooler. Oh, that must be on the other side. Signs reads, mess hall reserved for the union members. Don't open 1600. Let's talk with her a little.
Hello, sweetie.
The elderly woman turns to you with a smile.
Wait, who's Sweetie? Her eyes move up and down your person as though taking your measurements. Her attention is scientific.
Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe I am.
And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
She smiles conspiratorially. Wink twice. I don't know. Maybe I have.
You rascal.
She grins up
I'm
at you.
too old for you, and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
As have I.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses. She looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
You seem to be in the chair.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
Did you find the war?
No, dear. I'm not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty.
Not near?
Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revacholian flag on some figurative peak.
As we all have, my dear. What'd you do then?
I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail-order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and, well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding.
Oh dear.
I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays.
She runs her hands over the chrome wheels of her chair. Thanks for clearing that up for me.
No problem.
She's smiling at you, up at you from behind her glasses. See, I'm not a bad person. However, is this guy a bad person? This man right here. This hunk of a man. Rotten hunk of meat, but I mean... I know, that's what I'm asking myself. I mean, this is weird. This one's weird. This one's just mean. I don't really want to do that one right now. Maybe later. I've got to get going.
Of
Yes,
course, dear.
I do. I
Good
did
luck
mean
with
that.
your case.
She gives you a small wave. What I'm going to do, what I'm thinking for, because you've implied this has decent replayability, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have a character who is very much an alcoholic, very much a druggie, as the start of the game is, but often subconsciously falls into protocol. That's what I'm thinking I'm primarily trying to do right now. A soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Interesting. I think that's going to be my interpretation for the moment. Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. I thought I was supposed to go through the kitchen. Can I not? What's this? A What? Nose offend. Take. Okay.
Can I help you?
Maybe west means to the southwest, as opposed to this direction. If west means to the bottom left, then the top left would be north, and I misinterpreted that. No, I'm not going to talk to you quite yet. It'd be nice if I had a calendar, actually. Not a calendar, a compass.
Kuno's got this.
Boys throwing rocks at the dead body. Can't be older than 12.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, nappa comfy, Kuno.
The other kid, he yells the other kid from behind the fence. Oh, police
Right
business.
in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
The children ignore you.
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Stop throwing rocks at my crime scene.
Kuno, yeah, right in the mouthhole.
I'm gonna beat both these children up.
Shits himself. The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno. The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Kim,
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
forces?
You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
I don't have time. Just like spoiled meat and curdled dairy, a human being decomposes. Yeah, thanks. Come on. This. Alright, fine.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Get an exact count.
Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46.
Thank you.
2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Which is this?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them.
Keep counting.
5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could
Good.
also have been an adolescent.
That's what my thought
The
was.
gait is undeveloped.
Count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others.
That's the man
The
carrying the
weight
body.
exceeds 200
That's
kilograms.
the one that carried the body. In fact, what does his boots look like?
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
The lieutenant has been tracking your eyes movement. 8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
He pointed to his glasses. You start with the heavy one. I think it's the one who carried the body.
200?
Thinks
Could
for
it
a
be the
moment.
combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
That's what I was thinking.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
One of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
The lieutenant marked something down in his notebook.
But why?
Why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between 2 men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
Light step, number 41
A
shoe.
woman? Or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Understood. Anything else?
One sole smoother than the other on this one.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul.
Have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
That's an interesting one. So one of the people who we are looking for is a drummer.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer.
I mean,
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
nod thoughtfully.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
I'm not sure, actually, to be entirely frank. Also, anyone here right now? Anyone hop in? So we have a couple more viewers than I did previous, so seeing if anyone is come to say hi. I'm just, frankly, Niz, I'm a little curious where Smiler and Undecent are, because they were here for the ride last time. I'm just curious where they went. So I'm thinking here, I kind of want someone to throw an idea off of. On one hand, it would be prudent to do that, yes, keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. But I'm assuming the traffic jam means rush hour, and it is very likely there's going to be a multitude of people there, many of which would likely have worn-out souls. Additionally, I'm noticing markings on the man's torso itself. I think that is likely going to be more of a clue. I think this is going to attract more attention. I'm mostly just rubber ducking off of you, just by the way. I think we don't want to attract too much attention.
You're right. Let's keep a low profile.
The lieutenant writes something down in his notebook, then reverses the tracks in the mud. Hey, there you are. Exactly my thought, Nez. No point in trying to study every single person in a car. How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
Hey, Undecent. How long you been here? I just want to see if I need to catch you up on anything. What do you think happened here, then?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree.
Agreed.
Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
I think it's a ritual.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
You wouldn't stand in a row, especially if it's like a perfectly aligned row. Well, maybe to hoist it, maybe. But if one man is able to carry the weight of him, I do think that the 200 kilogram man may likely have been actually just obese. Because it doesn't make sense for one person to carry this man on its own. It doesn't.
Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
Watched him hang, maybe, but why would they be in an orderly row? It would kind of be a general cluster. Everyone would want to get their own view. If they're all in a line, which this kind of looks like they are, it seems more ceremonial to me.
The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
I want to touch on the 200 kilos.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker.
He might be right. 200 kilograms.
Extremely
From
obese
here.
person.
The boots the victim wears.
The lieutenant stops mid-sentence. A sudden change in wind direction blows the stench of the rotting meat right into your face. He tries to continue.
It's bad. Very bad. Before you can heave, the wind changes direction again. The greenhouse plastic flapping in its gusts.
He appears to be wearing some kind of armored boots. I can't see any exotic prints here. Someone had to carry him. Are any of the other prints deep enough?
No.
An obese person is becoming less likely.
I think they were carrying them on a stretcher, as you said before, my friend.
I do. One of them carried him over.
Right.
But why? There are 8 pairs of tracks in the mud.
We've been through it all.
3.
There's markings. I'm gonna look at them. I find it funny that I can theoretically talk to him.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth.
So, really quickly on Decent, you didn't miss much. We started, we talked to the cafeteria man who was a bit more receptive to Kim here than they were to me, talking almost exclusively to me, to Kim as opposed to me, until essentially until Kim gestured for me to talk to him, at which point he reluctantly started to talk, making a note of the fact that I have racked up a considerable tab here at this fine establishment, and that he doesn't particularly like me. He also is very important. He runs 3 cafeterias. He's very important, and he won't let you forget. He isn't a bartender. He runs cafeterias. He's a manager. He runs 3 of them. He's very important. Did he mention 3? I think he mentioned Niz. Did he say 3? I think he 3 cafeterias. It was very important. Anyways, so on our way out, because he gave directions to the dead man, we briefly stopped to talk to the lady in the wheelchair, who mentioned that she has come on a bit of wealth, and very clearly seems to fancy my winning smile. And she's married. I playfully flirted back, but I had a brief existential crisis where I tried to decide whether or not this character would try to swindle this woman out of money. At the moment, the answer is no. But I suspect that if he is pressured too much, he may succumb to such temptations. We are aware that she lives nearby. I was more inclined to think about maybe trying to convince her to let us sleep there at her house as a tenant, but that wasn't an option. It may become one later. Then we came back here, where these kids, this kid over here and this kid over here, this kid down here is throwing rocks at this dude while this kid cheers them on, and they were saying a bunch of slurs. They were being idiot little chavs. So we decided to ignore them, investigate the shoes, and that's when you came in. So, you're all caught up. Any questions?
You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
Kids, the nanosecond they're unsupervised. Oh, I can't. God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay.
The
It's
lieutenant,
okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
the lieutenant raises a white piece of linen to his nose.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
This is a white check. You may retry it. Interesting. I'm going to turn away for now. We're going to come back to it. The kid's ladder is rickety, but still climbable. Ladders for kids that wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man. Could I convince? Interesting. Someone's trying to go herbs in this greenhouse. And there's something back here. A little bit over there. We're gonna go over here for the moment. We're gonna procrastinate getting too close to the body over here. I'm surprised we didn't just kick
This
the
trash
child.
container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
Why is it locked? Is my question. Why would a trash container be locked? Letter R wears a crown, the ribbon below, a light above descending. Ah, that sounds horrible, to be entirely honest with you. I'm sorry to hear that, Undecent. I hope my description got you all caught up. The winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. Interesting. There's a bucket over here, too.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly.
That makes sense. Pull the panels aside.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then? A tool shed?
He peeks
Let's investigate.
inside. Why is this hidden? Oh. Well, I know who lives here. Let's start with the pig. The showpiece. Cured pig's head. It looks mummified. Interesting. Empty tube of magnesium supplement. Magnesium supplement you rub on your chest to live a happy magnesium-rich life. A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine.
Oh.
Sweet amphetamine.
Sweet. Calme-toi, mon cher palpitant. C'est amphété. Et de bon. Something along those lines. I can't do French, but I wanted to try.
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure. 900 amphetamines make you a real good detective. Are you a really good detective? Have you ever read Sherlock Holmes? It was just one screw, and I had to unscrew it. That and the one that completely fell out, I had to put back into the wall. Well, I'm glad it was a simple fix. I was thinking about justice. Someone is taking narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere?
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However,
He wasn't looking at me, he was looking at something behind me.
see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Do you think it's sturdy enough for us? Or just says, get out of the way or get fucked up, mate. Oi, cunt. Don't know if I do. I can use it, so why can't I take it? Hell yeah, easy. Where am I going? Nope, we're not gonna. That's interesting. That's interesting that I somehow know how to get up there thanks to pathfinding. Fascinating. Those barrels are half full of rainwater. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Excuse you. It's not meth, it's opiates. Thank you very much. Where are we going, Chief? Where are we going, Chief? Where are we going, Chief? I don't like how they're giving me healing items. It makes me uncomfortable. Doorway is going to collapse soon. Restoration peelers to keep the ruins together. Hey! I nearly doubled my wealth in one fell swoop. Look at me. This postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 13-story buildings line the hillsides like sarcophagi, an ominous fog already rising from behind. These are from the last boom years. In '39, the project failed fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B infested slum. Sounds like home. Oh, wait a minute. Where are we on home? Where are we on threats? Nope, that's not it. That's not it either. That's not it. Where are my thoughts? There they are. Does that sound like home to you? Yeah, 9%. We're getting there. Alright, so please take me on this adventure. Where does thou wish to go to reach this? Ah, up here. Yes, that makes sense.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Look! A cloak!
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment.
He judges the drop.
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Look around.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. Then he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind.
What exactly are we doing up here?
What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They're bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention. Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He looks around, wind rustling in his hair. Not right now. Let me take off my pants for it. Take off my shoes. Alright. Now let's go for
But our
it.
appalling cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own. But our appalling cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their
Oh
own.
boy. I think I'm about to die.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up.
I was close.
You could have died there. Shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey, what happened?
You sound genuinely worried. I'm alright, I just can't do this right now.
I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better. It's just a cloak after all.
Locked. Put skill points in here to do this. That's clever, yeah. Alright. Alright, let's put these back on. God damn self-preservation. We're coming in the money, boys. We're coming into the money. There's bottles up here. This is likely my money. I cannot path them, so we're going to not. Oh, I have 2 health. Why do I have 2 health? What's giving me 2 health? What is... I only have 1 here, but I have... Oh, that's health packs. Dedoy. Yeah, I figured it out all on my own. So, real talk. What is preventing us from just taking the ladder that's in here and bringing it over here? Oh, I can't.
Can't you see I'm throwing rocks?
Look, I have questions.
All right, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me.
Irregular speech patterns. Overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this Kuno.
What you know about the body?
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno! Pig's choking! He's totally choking!
Kim, help me out here. What do we want?
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
No, it got up there.
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
But you didn't see it happen.
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
He puffs himself up.
The city's too large for him to have left. But he wasn't here either. So where was he?
Where'd you go then?
I don't know. Some fucking
He looks around, trying to come up with something.
Mesco or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Oh, Cyberpunk, eat your heart out. Oh my god, that's a dig. I love it. Where is Night City?
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant.
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
You didn't even catch that? Yeah, it's the main city on the West Coast in Cyberpunk. The setting in general. That was the name of the city well before the video game. But yeah, that video game also takes place just in Night City. Let's talk about something else.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
Yeah. Found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
My face shifted through the roofing material.
Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
You can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit.
He says to himself, then turns to you.
How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
Could you get into the harbor from that roof?
Of course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just got a fly pig.
Tried that. Didn't go so well.
Kuno knows. Kuno and C saw you shit yourself. It's okay, pig. Not everyone can face the fear Kuno style.
Found a plate covered with powder residue. Know anything about it?
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
It is tempting, Nez. It's the tomb of Magna Solum, Kuno.
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
It looks at you like you just pointed at the sun and asked what that is.
You could use some.
It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
I know all about magnesium. I rock it all the time.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Looks at you. Eyes bulging.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
Interesting. Why do you not care so much about him doing it, then? Idiot.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Kuno doesn't fucking...
Yeah, it's about you. You clearly have a brain.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
She hisses.
Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
Another step closer.
Going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Child, converse with me. You, there, behind the
You don't
fence.
want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
Alright. There's an attempt to scare her off to see if I could isolate him. Because she clearly eggs him on into being more defensive. So if I could figure out a way to do that, that would be pretty useful. However, at the moment... Fuck it. Let's go. What is this? What's this roll take?
There he still is,
Endurance.
looking right
Okay.
through you with his white eyes.
Well, alright, so, real talk. She's clearly egging him on, but even before that point, if I was paying more attention to this, there's a rule. The leader gets the lackeys to do the stupid shit so they can get the satisfaction of the stupid shit happening without actually getting in trouble. This dude's a moron. This dude is a complete and utter idiot. She's the one with the brains. She's the one who's convincing him to do shit. And he, as I said, is a fucking moron. So, if I can spook her off, this idiot can be cajoled into giving information.
There he still
Endurance.
is, looking.
Endurance. Do I lose anything in endurance in here? No, I don't. Raw
There
roll.
he still
Let's
is,
go.
looking. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
I was close. I just needed another 6. Let it out.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Fucking corpse.
Keep it.
Lieutenant hands you a blue checkered handkerchief. Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
You think it would help?
If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
Not you?
I can't handle the headache.
Where do we get it?
There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't,
He points to the greenhouse.
there's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
How do you know all this?
Pretty clever.
Why is this empty? That was peculiar. Alright, we're back. What's here? Interesting. This being locked also is peculiar to me. I'm going to interact with it again.
This trash container is the body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
How do we get the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or
On, Lieutenant?
we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
I wanted to do that on my own.
He
but-
might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Yes. Alright. I wish they just allowed me to have that idea. Maybe it would have if I went to talk to the manager on my own, because that's what I figured would be the case, but I figured maybe the game would require me to interact with it to get that idea. I don't know. I should have probably used that as a chance to experiment.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Reconstruct the movement.
The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the Whirling in Rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager.
What happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building.
Mm-hmm.
Before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
The car drove through this fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city.
You think it's connected?
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went. if you find the time. An old call box
Isn't it?
with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
For now. We're just saying something or other. Yeah, no shit, I'm not gonna be allowed access there. Alright. Interesting. Is that your motor coverage? But first. You're always there, friend. Bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful, dark liquid is spilling out. Oh my goodness. It's so...
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
2 hours?
An hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical.
Is.
You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet.
Glad to know my Diplomatico is thematic. Been secretly thinking about it all this time.
There he is, the old boy, the devil. You rascal, you.
Hey.
Let's celebrate right now by licking that stain off the counter. Do it. It'll be wild.
No,
What happened, man? You used to be cool.
I know.
Go get your boring normal person drink then.
You're boring.
Get your drink on and your act together.
Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wound Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Look at the
The
pedals.
man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
Leave for a moment.
Can I help you?
There's a trash container out back, yours.
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
What feeling is this?
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor?
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Maybe I am Krasnozov. Yeah. Sure, why not?
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
What if I am? No. Yes, let's return to that.
Was there something you wanted?
We need those keys.
What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
His name. Yes.
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
His lieutenant's voice is harsh and sudden.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
He takes the keys from under the counter and hands them to you. I need a drink. No. I'm staying straight. Nez? Nez, can you do me a favor? Roll a d20, that's the DC check, then roll 2 d6s. And we're going to have this be... Where's my skills? Where's my skills? We're going to be adding... physical instruments, so only +1, I think. Nope, we're gonna have composure, so +4. So 1d20 is DC, 2d6 +4 as my check. Do I take a drink? We're taking a drink.
Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker?
It's not a shaker. It's nothing. He's holding nothing. It is but an imitation.
Say nothing.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this?
He shakes the imaginary shaker furiously.
Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I'm not a bartender. I'm a cafeteria manager. Is there anything else you wanted?
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
I want a fucking drink, asshole! No. If you want me to clean up the dead body and solve the case, then you need to insert alcohol into my mouth.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple?
Glass.
Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all, I'd like to return to it.
That stain's looking mighty tempting. We failed that check real bad, Nez. We did. It was a 14 DC and we got a 7. By the way, I'm gonna sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire.
What? Goodbye. All right. Looked at the body. Summer door. Ugh. That's so dumb. Give her a wink on her way out. And let's call in that I've lost my badge.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage.
Open the door.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio.
The frequency tableau lights up, and a green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Ici le poste 57. I don't know what it is in French. Bonjour, lieutenant. Comment vous allez?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Firewalker. Good. Yes. Come from the 41st precinct speaking. Nice to meet
This
you.
is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
A voice replies in the radio. Could you connect me to the 41st precinct? I have something I need to report.
Just a second, officer.
She puts you on hold, and the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
Bonjour.
The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, Station 41. I've got a urgent. I've got a urgent business. Over. All right. How about we resort to French? 10-4, Post 41. CS Lodron. Terminé.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over.
Just reporting in. Over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
I need to report my badge missing.
10-9, over.
My badge. I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
A dry voice asks in the background.
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Say nothing.
Who lost his badge?
Chester McLean. God damn, Chester McLean.
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
Got a name,
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
he says, fighting off laughter.
Dick Mullen is not your name.
Damn.
It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge.
Damn.
Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Dick Mullen is totally my name. Come on, operator. Tell them to stop. This is serious. Officer has lost his badge. Like I'm the first one who ever misplaced his badge.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh god damn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vikmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
Come on, tell him to stop. Get the trench coat and hat. Can we just move on? I want to get this reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Indeed, a cigar no less. Those nice slow burns of disaster. Can we all please just stop saying the lost his badge for a moment?
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
That is not what I said.
Why? Did he find it?
The room on the other end of the line erupts into volcanic laughter.
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
Say nothing.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
You can hear laughter in the background. Enough of this. I have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear you.
New heights even for Captain Sober. Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
The room roars with laughter.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
It's not there.
Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
I got this. I got this. No, I did not lose my gun.
Lying? Over the phone? It's easy. Just say it like it's the truth. And then it becomes it.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. Do you need further assistance? Over.
Personal details I'd like to discuss.
Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through.
What is there? I need information, not fear. What I'm thinking is if I can... What is there to think
You're going
about?
to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
He's clearly not.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
That's tempting. Please refer to me with my full name in the future.
10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over.
Stop calling me sir and just use my real goddamn name, will you?
What? What is it? What can he possibly still want from us?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Understood, sir. Over.
10-10. Over.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Well, that was a waste of 15 minutes. Pick up the radio
This
again.
is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need you to connect me to a civilian. A Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Kim, didn't Gart give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Which one is the Breaking Bad reference? Which one is the Breaking Bad reference? I would love to hear it. Because I've watched all of Breaking Bad and most of Better Call Saul. I think it missed me. I think it went over me.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Mmm. Wait patiently.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Another minute.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you.
It's been like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yes, hello?
A female voice greets you through static. Sounds like she's millions of miles away from here. Sylvie, I believe we've met before. This is me, a detective from the Whirling in Rags.
Oh, right.
This is your
Hello,
voice.
officer. What can I do for you?
You quit your job at the Whirling. Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar?
In here, tense up.
Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Why not?
I hate that this concludes it, because this is what I would want to do. Did you leave because of Garrett?
What? No, why would you even think that?
He told me he asked you out. Are you saying that didn't happen?
Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Do you know who?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires.
Yeah, I guess I do.
People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else.
Lieutenant
We'll
makes
find
a
them
note.
sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on.
I think I got everything I need. Thank you.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
One second, my dear. Can I take off my pants to get more empathy? No. Alright, damn. Let's try.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags
Not even
when she was
close.
still working there.
Before you go, you're mad at me, I take it. What'd I do? I don't remember.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit.
The skua thing?
The stuffed bird. The great skua.
I knew it!
Threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac.
I knew it was something to do with me.
I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Sounds like me, Aura.
Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though.
I was the one who made you want to quit.
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you...
Go on. I want to know what I did.
Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Which one?
We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
I'm sorry. Sorry about the song.
To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is. The coolest guy in Jamrock. Something about disco, too.
I hate that they keep doing this. I'm sorry.
And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen.
Kim hears behind.
I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself.
I'm picturing Kim just inching closer and closer, and he's just quietly taking notes while this all happens. He's just, bathroom, toilet, wave gun, police documents. The what?
The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet.
What happened to them?
Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do.
Resentment gives way to concern in her voice.
Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
I get it. That wasn't great.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
Truly sorry.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
Alright, so, real talk. This is clearly here to coerce people who are trying to think they can be helpful. Saying, Garty's thinking about you, maybe talk to him and maybe you can mend that relationship. However, having been in situations like this, both in Garte's position, Sylvie's position, and sometimes as the protagonist's position, trying to do this as this person is a terrible option. Don't do it. If Gar or whatever grows a pair and talks to Sylvie, it will be fine. He has her number. In fact, you thinking this is probably you making an assumption that is maybe not true. This is not on you to do. This is on Garte to do. And you trying to do this makes you more of an ass. Just saying that right now. It really does. Thank you for talking with me. Take care.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
I'm done.
57's over and out.
Their voice disappears into the void.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater.
I'm gonna close the door.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
Wait, there are Copo types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
I'm sorry you had to... Cop?
No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
What are the others?
Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, Liquid Shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go.
Opt in. Won't the other Copo types be jealous?
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copper type from sorry to anything.
I'm not sorry. Change my
No,
mind.
you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance.
Right.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
I like how there's a chance you can fail that roll. I know that just means that this won't say anything, but I like the idea that if you fail, someone else is going to have something said. That would be hilarious. Rigorous self-critique. Sorry, piece of shit. Cop penitent, flagellant, cop monk. It's not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of a feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself at a Mazovian show trial, or ripping the flesh off from your back with a cat of 9 tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. Do you do it? Really criticize yourself. Who knows? You might uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. Yeah, let's internalize that trauma. Hell yeah. So, I don't know what happens when I level up. I don't know how to level up. I'm scared if I press this button, it's just going to level up the one I'm currently having selected. So, without knowing, and willing to find out, my friend here has told me that I should probably take Pain Threshold, or Endurance, or just something that doesn't make me die. So, with that in mind, we'll take Endurance. Yes. There it is. All the 2 Endurance I can ever have. Ever could want. Alright. There you go, Niz. You happy? But I actually did it mostly for the, It's actually kind of clever of the game, by the way. Although you can die to the tie, as you said, the actual way that most people will accidentally do it is to try and get closer to the corpse. Which is interesting. A heap of snow melts in this wheelbarrow. Street sign says, "Fuck the police." Pigs go home. The street name is illegible.
The RCM in Martinez.
The young woman
What
looks up
can
at
I
you.
help you with?
I have some questions.
Of course. What can I help you with?
My partner said you may have some ammonia. You can have some.
Sure. I'm done with it.
She takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
What's with this? Gestures vaguely to the signage.
Excuse me?
She doesn't understand. The street that says "fuck the police." Point to it. It is, and I'm doing it.
Oh.
She
Well,
cranes her
I
neck.
didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
You didn't say she wrote it. You asked what it was doing there.
It's alright. I didn't want to start with you.
Okay.
Shoulders relaxing. We need directions.
Is the street signs messed up? Okay. What do you need?
What's in the south?
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What's on the other side?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
To the east, and now to the west.
It's just water.
She looks
No,
over.
actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
And the north?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
And let's round it out. East.
The harbor gates? Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics.
She
A
shrugs.
fleet store, too.
Where am I?
What do you mean?
This is Revachol, right?
Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
The lieutenant seems uncomfortable with the level of disorientation you are displaying. Thanks. That's all for now.
No problem.
She nods, brushing a fleck of soil off her chest.
Of
To
course.
run.
I won't hold you back.
She wipes her brow with the canary yellow glove. Excuse me. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. I see you over there. Can I walk to you? Probably, but at the moment, we've got some garbage to inspect. Also, can I take it? No. Okay. I guess I'll have to over here. But regardless, this first. Yeah, it kind of is a salty traffic cop line.
This
isn't
trash
it?
container is locked. The sliding with
Open
a
it.
well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
What's this?
Just the feeling. A warning from some part of you.
Open it.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Excuse you, Turbo? Look at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
Why?
Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produces a black plastic marked evidence from his pocket. Bag the
Guitar
trousers.
marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario.
He nods to himself.
Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
That's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel
Shut up,
cleaning the
Niz.
yard. Or
I'll wash my hands.
that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
He nods towards the red-haired boy behind him. All right.
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
I'm getting the mug.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Antique?
only in its social sensibility.
Take it.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna briefly glances at the mug, returns his sight to the trash. Search the food
It's
waste.
just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey,
Hey,
what's this?
what?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Pick it out.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes.
Oh no.
Written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
It can't be.
Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form.
This looking slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
I'd rather not talk about it right now. That's why I tried to flush my cough life down the toilet.
Well,
He doesn't know what to say.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Say nothing.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Anyway, where were we?
Lieutenant peers into the trash container where the soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Kim gives you the judgmental, dude, look, yeah.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Open the lid again. And Kim's just like, why? Chest out, chin up, drugs in hand. Let's go.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Nope. 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 Can I not equip this? Interact? Oh, wow, yeah. This broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the Whirling Rags dumpster. It depicts a person of Sumerian descent frolicking in a field of saffron flowers. Oh god, it's buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. It seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique. Remove the banana, you idiot. There's a ledger of yours that you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes in the case? Maybe. Maybe. Alright.
There he still is, looking right through
You're
you
right.
with his
You're
white
right.
eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell.
It's still impossible for me at the moment. Hey, kid.
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't fuck.
Get that. Let's have a look here. Let's see what we need to do. I need to get around to this, but I'm putting it off. Keep searching for the collar despite lacking any obvious leads. This might take some time. True. No. It's unclear how you should go about finding a tiny piece of plastic in a world as huge as this. Miracles happen. Hmm.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
I'm doing the mug first to experiment. It's got a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all that content.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
What? I don't like any of these answers, really. Honestly, it does. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna push it into the face of every merchant I find and tell them this is your name. That's what Blockhead would do. Look at this funny mug.
But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work. Just finish your case, detective.
Fine.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Urinal. Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us.
Inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
Inspect the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact
3
number
months.
is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Nice. It's 2 cases a week. A good caseload, Lieutenant.
Huh?
Yours is
2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
nods in return to the case
Arson,
notes.
petty theft, spousal abuse. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51. Stamped case files, commit to paper. These are your last couple of months in Revachol, Precinct 41, Jamrock Quarter.
There's mention of a naming convention?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my. And they're written in capital letters, too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, the unsolvable case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
I have to open an official case. Is there
There
room?
is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Commit to pay.
Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event.
Kim, do you have a pen?
The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt.
Kim.
He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
May I have one?
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
This beauty. Commit to paper.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross the ones out you've already
A
finished.
satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Yes.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
I'm sure that it's going to be something way more dramatic than that later.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Can I reuse those files now?
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the next world mural.
What is HDB41?
41 is your precinct.
What about HDB?
It's safe to say those are the initials of the officer responsible for the case. Your initials.
Those aren't my initials. I'm not feeling them. Well, I don't know what to say to that.
I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty to have this conversation with, but it's the one you got. So sorry.
How long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
Later.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
What about the yellow papers?
In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out.
Dear God, it's paperwork.
Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What type of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Field
A
autopsy.
dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
That last one's really important. Misconduct fine.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague.
Station call.
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Enough of these.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
Smell it.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience.
It's true.
This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Fantastic. Delicious all around. I'm proud of the things we've done today. Oh, I've leveled up again? Wow. What's this little plus icon is? Wish I could do something with it. Oh well. Indeed. Let's use volition. No. Is that really what I'm feeling? Not really. I'm feeling very sorry for myself, really. So I suppose it would make sense if I chose empathy. Yeah, let's try to make it a thematic level up system. Yeah, I know that, Niz. You're a very feeling person. There are bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. Excuse me.
Yes?
Do you have a bag? Oh, that's not an option. Lame. Crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover. This cover stands by a very muscular man surrounded by flames. I feel like both of those are references. This book about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. Book about the aeroculture, freedom, and roaming upstream. Book about the future. The government reads your mind and using radio technology. They do that, yeah?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
I am the law. A young girl with a chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is red from the cold.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet idly to feel a little warmer. Not really. Ooh. thought. Book titled Man from Hijamandal and the Wildfire. What? I don't get it. It's a thought that had happened in my brain. I'm gonna leave it be for now. I think we have some questions for the regional manager.
Can I help you?
I've seen something here at the Whirling, guys. I need something to talk about.
What thing?
Neither of these is what I want to talk about.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the Whirling later.
Thanks. Here's the trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I just found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
This is where I wanted, yes. Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
It's called a red herring there, Fiannes. What else is keys to the trash container?
The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road.
Lamp shading.
Thank you anyway.
Let's talk about something.
Yes. Another thing. Great. I love those.
I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
He tosses his head in disdain.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb,
I know,
unruly
Niz.
types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
Oh, sounds like great customers.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
He gives you a meaningful nod. How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
I saw a sign that said I can go into the kitchen. Why can't I go in there?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
I have a search warrant. But there may be something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with...
He changes his mind.
Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Thank
yes.
you. Alright. An hour to burn.
The worker is in a deep slumber.
Let's try.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
Indeed. Royal Pinball Machine is unplugged.
Hello again, sweetie.
None of these yet. I'm not that desperate. Let's get him acquainted with my former room. First,
The door is closed.
knock.
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Swallow the
The
emotions.
door is closed.
Leave. I'm not gonna be that guy yet. This is still not accessible to me. It's surprising I cannot knock. Fascinating. I'd love to hear your reaction in this room, my friend.
Yes?
No? Okay. So, real quick, I just want to say this. I said this in my Discord as well. This is the same pattern as The Shining. It's a little different, it's a little modified, but it's the same pattern. It's the same general vague design. And I find that kind of neat. Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
Number 3 is a Frank Sinatra reference. Do I be the sorry cop? No. We're looking at the destruction.
He nods.
This is where the magic happens.
And by that you mean crimes against humanity?
Well, crimes against myself.
I have no idea what that means.
Look towards the exit longingly.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Horrifying. $12.18.
The door is closed. Still no answer. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside.
Knock one more time.
Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance.
Moss. Fine, Lieutenant. Be that way. I suppose we have things we need to do. The rain is getting harder.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he
A
goes.
simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
Finishes and turns to you. What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
Motion towards the sprawl. The lorry is a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
He glanced south, down the road. How long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
1 second. Sorry.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words.
Or
both.
I like your style.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
He snickers in appreciation of the digging of his style.
So tell me, what do you need?
Know anything about the dead man? The one hanging behind the hostel there? Points at the yard.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Keeps his head held high. Alright,
The
never
man
mind then.
taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
What you hauling?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
You're under arrest. Wicked. I've always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man.
He grins.
Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
Could I get one of those fallen tracksuits you're hauling?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
I dig. That your machine behind you?
This rockin' beauty.
Points
Sure
to
is.
Lori.
Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6.
It's a foul lane 6 you got there.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
He gives the side of the lorry a friendly knock. Nothing illegal?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Got another question.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I'm good for now. Good talk.
Don't be a stranger.
Gives the loot with 2 fingers. I like him. There's a memorial here. What the hell?
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Who's this?
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane."
What did this king do?
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
In what ways?
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury,
Impressive.
starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy during the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
Yeah, he managed to blow through all of it.
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices.
Cougarans. What are those? Anyone know? Bars of gold. Chalices. I hope one had a palace.
He called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers,
King?
like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
Normal person. I'm not one of those. Have you seen mine? Hmm. There's no way that's true.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry.
Yeah, I know.
He was
I was
also
agreeing
a
with you there.
prodigious snorter of nose candy.
Okay, where is he
Beneath
buried?
the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards
that's
had
my
more
thought
time,
too,
they would have
Elysium.
reduced it up to even finer pieces.
But alas, he seems to be in the ocean.
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city.
Okay, that is a little funny.
The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
It's brilliant.
People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Those critics might have it wrong though. There's more to it than just ironism, but you can't say what precisely. Perhaps this art mystery will be solved at a later time. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Nice. Ah, you level up to unlock more lead. Like you select this instead to level up. Interesting. Alright. You unlock. I see you looking. That's trashy as shit. I'll take it. Let's have a look at you, buddy. Oh yeah, look at that. That's hideous. Let me read back to this. I wonder if it's stealing.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile.
Nothing to do here. I'm not gonna snap her out of her happiness. Foreign car kept in good condition. This must be the strike. Oh, he's big. Or he's probably stored fuel here. Now they store booze. Fuck politics. Let's just all work together. What a friendly driver. I've had a thought. That's better.
Yes?
You may want to take off your jacket. Can I tell you?
Me?
Yeah, something about you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Well, I'm already committed to this. There's no way to back out. We'll work better together if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
You ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking. Do you ever, like, have conversations with, like, your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
You saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything?
I can't say that it does, no. When I need
Got
to
it,
think,
yes.
I
I'll wrap
just
it up
use
soon.
my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Legendary failure. Difficulty legendary. I see. Just observing.
I guess you don't need glasses then.
You don't look like... That's racist. Tell me a secret about yourself.
No.
The lieutenant narrows a single eyebrow. Alright.
The lieutenant nods.
That's all for
Good.
now.
Let's change the subject.
I really think you shouldn't be wearing this jacket where we currently are, but you know what? I'll leave it for now. Jump Jams, a popular music mag. Also magazine, Most Able-Bodied Men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Nice. So, I'm mostly just burning time until about 1 p.m. in-game. So, I think what we can do is I'm going to give the body one last roll for now. If that fails, I will congregate over to the shop and I will wrap it
There
up.
he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes.
This
The
is a
body
real low
below
chance.
is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell.
Try it.
Emitting it, his pneumonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Damn. Was it? Yeah. 12. Ugh. Pneumonia didn't help at all.
Nor does the wind right now.
Feel the lieutenant pat your back rhythmically.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Do it without me. I just can't keep it down.
No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help.
He withdraws his hand and looks you in the eye.
You need to get your shit together.
No. Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Volumetric shit compressor. Get your shit together, yeah. Your shit is apart. And it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together. Compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that'll help. Why does it say THC down here? Alright. Let's put this jacket back on. And my winning tie. And we are going to go over to the dude on the strike area, see what's up, and then probably after that it's going to be 1 p.m. in-game, and we're going to head back in here, and we're going to save. I just kind of don't want to because we'll be surrounded over. Is that man? Is that man with cuffs? This is a risk.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot and oddly screechy for a man his size. What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay. I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different.
He leans closer.
It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
He bellows to the gates.
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points at the finger at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scott.
The loitering man hollers in return. Who are all these strikebreakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
The man runs a hand through his steadily graying military haircut.
We came here to help the harbor.
His voice is so nice,
in
you're
time
right.
of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
The lieutenant looks him directly in the eye.
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were
given a job to do!
He starts bellowing. What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work.
He points to the gates.
In there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
You're unable to breach the entrance?
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office.
He points up to the
Door's
stairs.
Locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
He points to the dock worker idling on the staircase. Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean?
Man rubs his
These
chin.
native fucks don't understand civilized.
Odd out-of-place colonial reference there, Mr. Scab Leader.
Indeed.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
The man rubs his jaw. A perfect, lightly bearded square wedge. Oh no, he's Chad.
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Fine. Where are you from?
What's it to you?
Deep-set suspicion drips from every syllable. He's wary of police right now. If I say investigation, he'll get paranoid. He already is. It does, however, Niz, I'm gonna tap my tag, and I'm gonna tell you, don't backseat. And for that reason, I'm going to pick one. Curiosity. Going to figure out this strike mess.
Big mess caused by union greed. But I
Shoots-
only fight for the rights of people.
He shoots you a wary, distrustful look.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brutal, cunning, and suspicious person. Just a hunch. Or you just might be paranoid.
Already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
Bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Pretty okay as far as lies go.
Lead him into making a bigger lie. I don't really remember things well.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
Aw, man. I wanted to pressure it more. Oh, well. I want to get into the harbor, too.
Have fun.
He snorts.
Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
This is an official matter, not to be discussed with outsiders.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
This really isn't my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity.
Let us work!
I'm gonna leave now.
Scab?
Asks a man with jolly eyes, tilting his head. I like his little face.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Ah. Where'd they all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
Looks at the mass, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen.
Shakes his
This
head.
lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you.
His smile deepens.
No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money."
He chuckles. He realizes.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds
After
like
this
a lot of
conversation
hard
I'm
work.
saving.
You'd never see me investigating a murder.
I'm 91% sure I'll never get it solved. Maybe you want to help me by telling me who did it?
Of course, Policia.
He gives you a sly
It
smile.
wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Nice talk. Gotta get moving. All right. So. Autosave. Very nice. nearly done with this in 12 minutes. Just to remind myself really quick of what I need to do, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to run over this way. And back into the whirling in rags. And thank you very much for watching, everybody. We're going to save it up here. Oh, wait, shoot, wrong one. It's the alcoholism. It's getting to me. We're going to end it here. Back here with the kitchen and all that jazz. So, save game, save, and yeah, let's see if there's anyone to raid out to. Not right, not really. Yeah, you be safe too, Niz. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you all had fun. I did, and I'm excited to keep going later. So yeah, see ya.